let's go to the bow. We're gonna need to because it's gonna split in two. Alright, we're back in Tiny Sailor's world, and today we're checking out a ship revamp. That is the SS Atlantic. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Alright, so here's the SS Atlantic spawned in, and as you can see, it has been revamped. It looks really nice, and I do see a bit of interior, but I should also mention that this video is going to be a bit shorter than my other ones, mainly because I'm only going to be focusing on this ship in this video, because we are only really getting the ship in this revamp. So let's go ahead and let's get it moving. Now there is a full complement of interiors in this build, and I'll go ahead and leave a couple photos up on screen so you can see what these interiors look like. They're really impressive, and you'll see them with all of these newer builds that they're adding to the game, which is always really nice because more detail is, well, better. Alright, so the sun is setting, I've turned on the lights, and I think I'm going to turn around and make my way over towards Cherbourg. I'm not sure why, I just saw it, and we're going to go there. And I'm also going to raise my sails because that's going to make the ship go faster, so let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so there we go, the Atlantic now has its sails engaged, and we are going to make our way to Cherbourg. And what I do really like is now the railings aren't super massive. You can actually see they're the right scale and everything, and I do really like that you can see inside the ship as well from those exterior windows. And of course, that's what windows are for, so you would really expect that, but it is just really cool instead of having just sort of a black window with nothing inside. It's nice to see that the ship's got some interior, makes it feel like a real ship. One thing I do like is that they've added the skylights so you can see down inside the ship, which is always really cool. Now today I'm thinking about sinking the ship well in small mode, and if you're not familiar with what that is, basically that means I'll just be taking my character, which is much larger than the ship, and shrinking it down to fit to 1-to-1 scale, so it'll look like a 1-to-1 scale ship when in reality it's a small model. And that's always cool because you can get to see new perspectives and also try to survive the sinking, which is always pretty interesting. So far so good. I mean, we haven't run into land like the real ship did, we haven't been struck by a torpedo or hit a mine, so far this voyage is really going well. One thing that is concerning is our fuel level is going down quite a bit, and that's a problem because if we run out of fuel, we're only going to have our sails to propel us. And we don't really want to do that because that would be a bit embarrassing for the White Star Line, for their ship to just end up going into shore, going into dock with only sails when it's a steamship. And yeah, let's just hope that that doesn't end up being the case. But I've got to say, once again, great job to the developers on this revamp. There's a lot of detail. It looks really, really good. Alright, there is Cherbourg. Yes, we made it. And luckily, we had more than enough fuel to make it there. So, yeah, I was just a little bit nervous. But luckily, we can see the land right there. And also, there's the Titanic. Or, well, maybe it's the Olympic. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Oh yeah, it is the Titanic. Okay, let's go ahead and say hello. It's been a while since we've seen Titanic, at least in a normal state. Last time we saw it, it was a ghost. And here it is again, just not a ghost. Oh, look at that, they've anchored as well, so we can get some pretty cool photos like this. Very nice. Alright, so they've just raised anchor, and there they go. So, we're going to go ahead and we are going to make our way out of port as well. But we'll say goodbye to Titanic as it goes on there. Oh my gosh, there's the ghost Titanic, and there's the Titanic going off into the distance. That was a bit spooky, but it looks like the captain has left his right arm and also his katanas. So, that's interesting. Wow, that sailboat just narrowly escaped. Did it actually escape? No, it sank. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I think we should be far enough out. Yeah, look at how deep the water is. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the ship. And let's go ahead and let's sink it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is select ultra slow, so when we're walking around the ship, we're not going to get flung around by doing anything erratic. And we're going to be doing a sink by split, or, well, sink and split, I should say. So let's go ahead and let's do that. We could do a traditional sinking by the bow, but I'm feeling we should do one by the stern. That could be a bit interesting. Alright, sink by stern with split in 3, 2, 1... And now we're sinking. There we go. Now, if you're wondering, how do you resize your character? Simply go into the character tab and click resize, and there you go. Not much is happening. I mean, we are starting to lean over towards the stern, or trim over. And here's some more interior. Very cool. But she's taking her time because we've set it to ultra slow, which makes it easier for me as I walk around, and it makes it easier for you, so the ship is not sinking super quick. You can actually experience it in the video. One area I do want to experience before we go down is this room. It's got the skylights. Look at that. Super cool. Alright, so I want to go ahead and explore some of these areas up here. What's in here? Oh, very nice. And we have a stairway as well. Alright, the ship is not looking good, and now that there's a thunderstorm, that's not helping us. The waves crashing over the stern is just going to accelerate this process. Now, I'm kind of glad I turned off funnel collapse, because the waves may have just sort of caused the funnel to collapse prematurely, because they're sort of rushing over the deck. But we'll see how this goes. So here I am, apparently floating on the promenade. Could be a weird collision issue, but because we're in small mode, we should expect things like that. I mean, it's not supposed to be perfect, but here we are. Oh, apparently I'm stuck. Well, this is not good. Oh no, not the skylight room. Oh, it's gone. Alright, rest in peace. Let's go to the bow. We're gonna need to because it's gonna split in two. Actually, I'm just gonna jump into the water if I can. Oh, I'm trapped in a cabin. Alright, let's go. Quick, swim, there it goes. It just split in two. It's about to go super fast in just a minute, so I'm just gonna stay off the ship. Looking at the ship in the water there, it is really scary to see, especially since you're in the middle of the ocean, and what if no one's around to save you? You're pretty much going to die. Alright, so in the time that it took me to resize my character, it's already hit the bottom, so that was super quick. So yeah, short video as I mentioned, but it is just a review of this one ship, and it was a really cool revamp, so definitely check it out if you got some free time, and yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.